Hello everyone and welcome back. In this lecture we are going to create a CosmosDB account in our Azure subscription, and we are going to create this new Azure DB account under our existing resource TGG resource group. Now we can create the CosmosDB account from our portal. So if I search for Azure CosmosDB, I can create an account from here, and you will get different options for different APIs that are available for your CosmosDB. We are going to create the SQL or the recommended core SQL CosmosDB account. But if your application require one of these other services like Graph, Azure Table, MongoDB API, or Cassandra, or you're moving your application from on-prem to cloud and need one of these compatible services, you can use these as well. Now you can create it from here by simply clicking on create and filling up a form, but I'm going to use my CLI. Now to create a CosmosDB account using CLI, we need to run az CosmosDB create command and then give the name of your DB account. I'm going to give TGG CosmosDB account as a name, and also give the resource group name, which was TGG resource group. Right now, to enable the free tier benefits that you get, you need to add extra parameter here, which is enable free tier, and then set the value as true. Well, that's it. Let's press enter. Now while your command is being run, you can go back to your console here, and under TGG resource group you can see that your account is being created. If you click on it, here the status is creating and your free tier discount is opted in. If you do not enable that flag, you will see it as opted out, so make sure that you enable the free tier account so that you can get 1000 RU or request unit per second and up to 25 GB of storage for free, and this is for lifetime for this account, and you will only be charged if you get past this free tier limit. So our CosmosDB account is created and you can see that provisioning state is succeeded. Now you can go back to your console and see that your account is online. Go to overview and see that your status is online. That means everything went by successfully, and we have also opted in for free tier. So everything looks good, and now on the left hand side column you can see that there are various options. One of them is to explore your collections. Just click on it. Now here under new container, once your account is created, you need to create collections, right? You will create different collections. Collections are nothing but, you can think of them as different tables, but each collection goes under a database. So under CosmosDB account, we need to create at least one database. So I'm going to just name it TGG. I don't want to share my throughput for different containers or tables. I will create under this DB, and under this database I can create one collection. Let's name it TGG test collection. Now we also need to provide a partition key here. Now partition key is used to distribute your data across partitions, and this is for scalability. CosmosDB or Azure suggests you to choose a partition key which can enable the internal logic that Cosmos uses to distribute your data in a table across different partitions. Now partitions are nothing but underlying physical disks, right? So how do you choose a partition key? So for example, you have a data set for different geographical locations, for example. So you can set partition key as states if it is a country level data set, or you can set partition key as a country if it is a global database, or you can also set partition key as cities. Or for example, if you have a table which stores the data for different orders in an e-commerce website, you can set the partition key as phone number, so that for one user which has an account linked to one phone number, all the data goes under one partition. So it will be easier for Cosmos DB to fetch all the data related to one customer, because you have the partition key set as a phone number. But also make sure that you do not set partition key as ID, for example, because each ID will be different, and you do not want one partition key to have just one item under it. You want to cluster those items under one partition key so that it makes logical sense. For now, I'm going to just leave it as ID. Now you can set auto scale throughput as manual or auto scale. I want to set it as manual. For now, we will see these details in detail when we use collections in our application, and strategy to choose auto scale or manual as option based on your traffic behavior. So let's set 400 here, and that's it. Click OK. So this should create a database for you under data tab, and also a collection under it. So our database is created and a collection is also created. Now from Data Explorer you can see the items under it, and you can also run SQL query from here. You can change your throughput settings from here. There's an option to set time to live for your data, and also you can choose your indexing policy. So by default, any item you add to your database, all the attributes in your JSON file that you upload here will get indexed. But as your dataset grows larger, you have millions of items, the index itself will start taking a lot of space. So you might want to change your strategy to index only the path that you want to query on or run your queries on. And just like your SQL DB, you can have stored procedures and user-defined functions and triggers created for your collection. So we'll see all these options in details as and when required, or when we use them. So this was a high-level overview for your Cosmos DB account, and I will see you in the next lecture. Thank you.